going on YouTube? Matt from GarageMC here. We went and picked something else up today, guys. Wait till you see the carnage on this shit. So, as you guys know, subscriber Jesse dropped his 2007 off. We're going to be doing a full build on this. This video is just an update video for you guys. I've been kind of busy, but at least let you guys know what's going on here. Let's talk about a few things that we're going to do with this quad, but before we do, let's check out what we picked up today. It's got a couple problems, you know, it might be in like a piece or two, but, you know, I mean, nobody really, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's, I got it for literally one part off of the whole quad. It's got a couple other things that I didn't even know it had till I went and picked it up. But, yeah, in case any of you guys are wondering, we got quite the, this is just the extra shit, guys. I got problems, you know. It is what it is, though. There's a lot worse things I could be doing, like somebody I know tells me all the time. But what we went and got today was this 2001 400EX. I didn't even notice this in the pictures, guys. Obviously, I noticed it had the carbureted model YFZ 450 shocks on it. It also has A-arms aftermarket. Not sure what brand they are yet. Maybe one of you guys knows in the comments. I will eventually figure out what brand they are, but if you guys have seen these before and you want to throw a comment down there and be like, yo, that's what these are, feel free. I'll definitely read it and I will get back to you because I read and answer every one of my comments. Anything else that's on this quad as it sits, eBay brake caliper. It's got a $50 axle carrier, which those aren't bad, guys. I run those all the time. I never had a problem with one. It's got a CFM airbox on it, aluminum, batteries in there. The wire harness is still on the quad. Seat's in pretty decent shape. It's got some aftermarket bars. Still has the stock levers on it. Plastics are they're a little Frankensteinish. I think somebody definitely spent $100 on zip ties just to fix these plastics. You know, did it kind of clean. I maybe would have went with, like, you know, yellow zip ties for whatever reason. I don't know why I would have, but yeah. So anyway, let's get into the carnage, because I'm sure some of you guys noticed something's missing. Something's, you know, missing in this area right here. So let me set you guys up on the, actually, you know what? Let me just open these boxes and we'll just go over some of the stuff, or I'll lay it all out real quick. Let's look at some of the decent parts. This is an, this is a, I think it's a 05. It's a reverse model frame with a title. We're going to talk about what's going on with that later when we talk about the 07. Here is some of the good parts that's left, guys. This is what I went and picked this whole quad up for, was this White Brothers full exhaust. It's in nice shape. It's just dirty. Pretty much got this whole quad for what you would pay for just that exhaust. We got a box of hardware, oil pumps in there. That is an aftermarket starter. The coils in there, the manual cam chain tensioner, the front sprockets in there with the plate and screws. Let's see what else is in there. The clutch springs are in there. A couple things that don't even go to the quad are in there. We have a Zoom replacement carburetor, $9 eBay air filter. You know, don't want to lose that. I couldn't even begin to think why this quad blew up, because you know, you could see clearly all the oil that somebody maintenance that filter with. Clutch is still here. Didn't even look at it. It's not something I would put back in the quad anyway. The covers that go to this quad are actually in really nice shape, guys. There's not even like hardly any boot rub on it, so that's good. The head is aftermarket. I believe one way to tell, obviously, is this threaded hole here. I bought aftermarket heads before and they all come with that. OEM, I'm pretty sure all the OEM ones I have don't have that. And this is a 2001 quad, so we got the boot, cam, bearings. Those are all in good shape. It's a stock cam. It still has a decompression unit on it. The rocker cover is obviously a replacement too, because when you buy a head it comes with a rocker cover because they are matched to each other. Can you mix match them? Probably, but you know, that's just how they come. All the rocker arms are in very nice shape. It's got the, you know, usual marks on it from hitting the cam, obviously, but they are not messed up at all. We got the stator cover, flywheel cover with the stator still in it. This one's got a little more rub on it than the other one does. Got the oil tank, and finally, what you guys want to see, the carnage. The cylinder here, we got some aftermarket. These look like BP Racing, or I didn't measure them yet, but they look like stock diameter head studs. The guy that I got this from was pretty organized, so at least it seemed like he was. You can see all the washers are on here, the nuts are back on so they don't get lost. Let's see what size bore this is. See if I can do this one-handed. I'm guessing stock, judging by the remnants of the piston. So I moved it a little bit, but it's 85, so it's stock bore, so it's still a 400EX. So getting to the carnage, just for starters, if you notice, yeah, it's not supposed to look like that, guys. It's supposed to have two halves of a piston skirt. Like this here should be over here as well. I believe I left the majority of that at his shop on the shelf, if I remember correctly. And there's enough aluminum in here to make a friggin', 10 six-packs of Coors Light cans. So next to the carnage is, here's the piston, guys. I mean, you could probably put some Marvel Mystery Oil on this and get this working again. I know a dude from Time Machines. He shares my opinion on these. You could just rebore a new wrist pin in there, and you'd be good to go. Maybe free these rings up. They're probably fine. We're just welded together. You just get those unstuck, and you'd be good to go. Run like a champ too. We got the usual side to side. There is no up and down play on this thing, like zero, at all. And it has the normal side to side. I'm sure that's within spec. I think it's like 0.2, I don't know, it's 0.02 inches or 0.02 inches, something like that. I'd have to look at the manual to be absolutely sure, but the cases aren't broke. That's all stuff that's left over from the piston and the piston skirt, and whatever. There's no bluing on the crank other than obviously the factory stuff when they put it together. Here's the other half of the lower case. A couple gears falling out of it, but that's okay. I know what order they go in. The bearings still feel fine, actually, which you would think they would be shot, but the crank is still good, actually. Not that I would even run it for the price of what you can get a new one for. But yeah, that's what happened to this, guys. Looks like it was a factory piston, or at least a factory replacement. But anyway, let's get over to what you guys probably want to hear about, this 07. All right, so plans that are going to happen with this quad, guys. This quad is like literally immaculate. Jesse, this is definitely one of the cleanest 400EXs I've seen lately. It's very well taken care of. It does have a ton of bearing material in the oil, so you guys know where that's heading. It's probably going to end up, looking like this one, or that engine at the very least. All right, so we'll start at the front, guys. We'll start at the front here. Obviously, doing an aftermarket bumper. The frame is going to get powder coated black. Well, not this frame, but I'll tell you why in a second. We're doing +1 wider, +1 forward A-arms. Trx400R front shocks are going on here. It's getting a +2 steering stem, bar riser clamps, aftermarket handlebars. Not sure what levers we're going to go with yet, but they're definitely going to be aftermarket. As far as everything else in the front, it's going to have both dual piston calipers off of a YFZ go on it. Stainless steel brake lines. We're going to go with probably XFR skid plates, even though this has skid plates, but we'll go over that when we get to the back while we're doing that. This is a reverse model. Still has it. It wasn't swapped or anything like that. I think we're more than likely going to use that White Brothers exhaust that I just got with the other 400. We are going to do a CFM oil tank, oversized, with the cooling tubes in it. The engine is going to go to, it's pretty much going to be a clone build of the 400EX that Darren has. So it's going to be a 426. We're going to do 10.5 or 11-to-1 compression piston, stage 2 hot cam, all kibble white stuff in the head. I myself am going to port and polish the head. The motor is going to go gunmetal gray and polished aluminum. Exhaust is going to get wrapped. The plastics are going to get switched out to red plastics. I know what you're thinking. The seat looks immaculate, but it does have a hole in it. Not a big deal, but it's going to get a new seat. The swing arm. The reason why we're going with new skid plates is the previous owner of this quad welded the skid plate to the swing arm. So I have extra swing arms. We're going to leave a stock swing arm. It's going to go with a Tusk adjustable rear axle, Alba bead locks, XC Ripper tires. Probably going to do an aftermarket airbox, not sure yet. Other little touches and stuff like that I'm not going to tell anybody about yet, because that's going to be like the little personal touches that I do to the quad. So why are we talking about this other reverse model frame? Well, if you guys were just paying attention to all the stuff I just listed that is getting changed on this quad, really the only things we're keeping are the hubs and the lower end of the engine. That's it. Maybe the rear shock, but I have other rear shocks. So in interest of keeping the build moving forward, we're going to take the other reverse model frame I have that has a title. It's not this 250R frame, or this 250R frame, or this 450R frame, or that 400EX frame, or that 400EX frame, or that one, or that one. It's going to be that one right there. So I'm going to take that to the powder coater. It's going to get sandblasted along with another subframe that isn't bent, because the one that's on the 07 has a slight tweak to it. I could probably bend it back, but why waste time when we just have another subframe we could use? So yeah, that's going to go to the powder coater when we get it back. The whole quad's getting all stainless steel hardware through the whole quad. Every nut and bolt's getting changed. It's getting a greasable pivot bolt, all new bearings, bushings, my usual build, guys. If you guys are following the channel, you guys know how we do things. Everything's going to be proper, torque to spec, everything, the whole build, everything's going to be brand new. So I already spoke to the owner. He knows the direction we're going. He's cool with the other frame as long as he has a title, which I do. So you know, really the only thing that's coming off this quad that we're going to use is the bottom end, which needs to be taken out and rebuilt anyway. So yeah, you guys already know me though. I'm sure I'll end up just buying what's left off of him, like we had already discussed, because I have problems, guys. I got problems. I like quads, if you haven't figured that out yet. So that's the plans, guys. Other stuff I didn't list yet, like obviously we're putting Nerf bars on it, and you know, Pro Taper bars, like all the stuff that I like to go with. I have pretty much free reign of the full design of this quad, other than like, you know, where he wanted to go engine wise and width wise and stuff like that, and he didn't want it too loud. But yeah, that's where we're going with that, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Let me know what you guys think about this. I couldn't turn this deal down. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I got something else that those A-arms and those shocks can go on for another boy of mine. Bro, if you're watching the video, you already know what I'm talking about. The seat's in decent shape. I would probably pull the staples and fix those little wrinkles and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the carnage on this, man. Let me know what you guys think about this. You guys got something that looks like this in your garage too? Probably just gonna, as far as this quad here, guys, I'm gonna put stock A-arms, stock shocks back on it. I'm gonna put decent looking plastics, probably that seat again, and probably put this other extra 400EX engine I have in it, and just sell the quad. So it'll get cleaned up and stuff. It'll look 100 times better than it does now, and it will go on my favorite place to sell shit, Marketplace, so I can have 9 million people message me and try to trade me chainsaws and shit for friggin' quads that are worth 3 grand or something. You know, because that sounds like a great deal. You know, let me get those easily sellable chainsaws that are worth 6 grand for, you know, this quad that's worth half of what you say they're worth, and they're easily sellable. Guys, if you're on Marketplace, don't send people stupid messages like that. If you got something that's easily sellable, sell the shit and go buy what you want with it. People are putting shit on there for cash, you know, especially if it says no trades on it. Yeah, you know, if you're watching, I'm talking to you. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, guys. I'll see you in the video putting the A-arms on the 450R, because we got to get that done, man. I need that out of the way. So, see you guys in the garage later. Thanks for joining me. Peace! Don't even ask why I got another 450R frame and plastics and stuff. You guys are paying attention. You know what I'm planning with that. Stay tuned.